Good Lord bless me with harvest tonight, and I've never made a video like this. I mean, I have made one cutting deer meat, but I haven't made a video of actually gutting the deer, but that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting these gloves on. That's a new thing for this year. I've never put gloves on, but why not, right? Anyway, what you want to do, I got a light above me. It'd be better if one of my kids was out here, but we're just doing it here pretty close to where I busted her. We're just gonna do it right here. I got a light hanging in the tree above me, and really what you want to do is you want to split the hair right here on this chest bone. You cut that down. Watch my knives be dull. Haven't used them since last year. Probably should have sharpened it a little bit better, and hey, I'm not a professional deer gutter. I do it every year. You'd think I'd probably be a little better at it, but anyway, you want to cut down to the bone there, and then knives like this with a hook on it are the way to go, because it makes the gutting process so much easier without near the risk of hitting the gut. But thing is, the way I had to shoot this deer, the way it was quartered, it was getting dark. I'm pretty sure that I blew the tar out of the guts. We'll see what happens. Put it right where it needed to be. Just, you know, it is what it is. As long as you get it good and clean, then you don't really have anything to worry about. And you want to pull this fur back as you go. Open it up so you can work it, and that's on both sides. I just get it right there. If your knife's even decent, it'll just peel it back. Now, some people say you ought to, when you hang it, you ought to singe all the hair, good lighter, singe all that hair on the pelt on the edges so it doesn't get back into your meat. But anyway, gut hook, highly recommended, because it allows you to be able to cut right down through the belly without getting into the gut, which is not an ideal situation, because mainly, I mean, you do increase your risk of having bacteria and stuff in the food. But like I said, if you wash it really good, you clean it out, you prep your meat, it's not something you don't have to worry about. And it looks like I clipped the very top of the gut when it went through. And so, yeah, I can smell it. I got in it. It is what it is, but I don't want to rip it any more than I already have. So I'm just working this here, not even really using my gut hook very good. Like I said, I'm not a deer butcher. Just a dude out here thankful that this doe came across my path. I didn't have a lot of time to hunt today. I got home late from substitute teaching, and had to get my kids situated, and I had them positioned to hold down the fort, and Mama wasn't home yet from work, and came out and just walked kind of slow through the field, got to my stand, and it was getting dark, and I prayed about it. I said, God, I would like to have a deer to put meat in the freezer. Plus, just that part of being a man and hunting, and you want to be able to provide. It's in our nature, and that's something I talked to a principal about today, and other people too. But just the example that our young people have is, there's not enough good ones, let's put it that way. And everybody could be better. And I don't mean to toot my own horn, but my wife and I, we did a pretty darn good job. We really do. But even we can be better. And you know, that's not something that you want to put yourself into a place where you feel condemned about it. Not trying to make anybody, well, who's this guy? And Judge ye not, lest ye be judged. Let him who has no sin cast the first stone. Folks, we all got sin. If nobody called anything out and said it like it was, then we'd be in an awful big mess. We've all been tainted and manipulated from one degree to another in this society, whether we have problems with adultery and fornication, or lewdness and just general mischievousness and drunkenness and all different kinds of sins. Maybe we lie a little bit, or maybe we don't think there's a problem with lusting a little bit, or we drink, or we stay hopped up on drugs, or just whatever it may be. There's so many issues that are plaguing our society. I mean, food. People have made food an issue. People have, you could pretty much make anything under the sun into an idol. And so many people have made life into an idol. They're not giving God any reverence, and they're neglecting the things that are important for humanity to have present, promoted, and popular. People have to understand that virtue should be popular because virtue is the right thing to do. The truth should be popular because it's the right way to go. It's the instructions that we need to navigate this world in an effective way. If we don't have perception of the foundation of reality, we're unstable. And even people that have perception are unstable. We're all in this mess, and we all feed off of each other's energy. There's people that it's kind of a weird push and pull that we have, but we've got good people that could be better if the bad people were better, and the bad people would be better if the good people were better. And the place that we got to come together is the foundation of reality, which is provided in the Word of God, the standard for living. Love God with all your heart, your mind, your soul. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, what's love? Love is peace and patience, and kindness, gentleness, self-control. These are the same things as fruits of the Spirit. Loving and keeping track of wrongs. It's not doing people wrong. It's not cheering people for doing wrong. That's another big problem that we have in our society, is people cheer doing wrong, and the pride stuff and these celebrations that are going on for things that aren't good, and they call it the word for happy, but they ain't happy. They're deceived. They don't understand it. They think that emotional feelings is all that matters, but there's proper emotion. Emotions are unreliable, and see, if people would recognize the Word as the standard, they would recognize that the heart is deceptive above all things, and that they can get themselves into some really bad spots because their heart told them that a certain way was the right way to go. The Bible says there are ways that seem right to man, but in the end, they lead to death. And there's death of a nation on full display. It looks like it's happening because people are having a hard time being able to process reality as it really is. The way that it is if you don't follow God's standard, the people in your society at the top level lose sight of being kept in check, and they decide they want to just rule over everybody, and then they don't answer to anybody. And because they are so proud of themselves, they're high and prestiged, then they feel like they don't have to answer to anybody. They don't give God reverence, so they don't care about God's standard, and they just go on victimizing the entire society. And that is what we have right now. They have sold the people out, and they've bought into believing that there's too many people on the planet. And for many decades, they have been actively working to bring humanity down slowly, because there's so many people. If they ever got caught and they were able to be brought to justice, the people are vastly outnumber them. And it sucks that I got in the gut, but I did blow the tar out of that heart. There's the heart right there. Cleanly dissected heart with that round, which stinks because I really like the heart meat of a deer. It's so lean. It's so easy to work up and put with some mushrooms and onions and different seasonings and stuff like that. And you don't have to do much to the deer heart. And people may say, "Ooh, I don't like organ meat." Hey, look, all the heart is a muscle. Okay, it's a muscle that generates an electrical impulse, and when it pumps, it pushes the blood out the system. Oh man, I got this glove on. I don't know how good it's doing. I cut it. Oh man, here come the guts. Coyotes are gonna love me. And you know, there's some people out there that they don't like hunting. That poor deer, I can't hardly stand to see it, folks. Could you stand to see people maimed and killed at a much greater rate because they hit a deer going down the road and swerved, or whatever the case may be? I'll tell you right now, you would not be able to safely navigate the highways at nighttime if hunters weren't out here harvesting these deer. Not to mention, the population would probably come into much greater disease and sickness and all kinds of stuff. Here's the fun part right here, is splitting this backbone. And there's a lot of ways to do it. You can get a rock. I like doing it with that way, but I don't have one handy. But I also have a hatchet. The only problem with the hatchet really is that the hatchet can cause the blood and stuff to get back in your eyes. And I because I got into these guts, I really don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to use the hatchet as my rock here, basically. Find this bone down here in between the legs. I know you can't see, but I'm not going to touch my phone. My hands are gross. Anyway, you cut right smack dab down the middle of these hams, okay, out the back here, right? Bam, open it up. Right there, there's a bone here. You can feel it. Anyway, you get it right there. You get that knife set right in it. And just tap it with that hatchet, kind of like it's a hammer. Again, this is the slowest deer gutting video probably ever. There's guys out there who have this done in under 3 minutes, for certain. But I'm just out here not in a hurry. All them coyotes, I can hear them in the background. I ain't worried though. I got my trusty sidearm and I got my rifle. Man, need to, golly, this bone is so hard. But if you just keep tapping at it, it's gonna go. But anyway, back to following the standard. The people at the highest levels of society, they don't honor God. They've sold out to the God of the God of this world, I guess, so to speak, lowercase g. That's what the devil is. He just comes in many forms, and he's manipulated them. Manipulated them, and some of them into thinking they can live forever, and some of them into thinking that God can be defeated, and some of them into thinking that, little Lucifer got a raw deal. Truth of the matter is, we don't have to like everything about God's standard, I don't guess, but we got to respect it. We got to recognize God's God. God gets to set the standard. He gets to set the rules. His ways are higher than ours. And you can't effectively navigate life and disagree with that. And I know some people might not like that, but again, it is the way that it is. It's on us to figure out what we need to figure out. to navigate in an effective way. Man, this is taking much longer than it should. Anyway, I'm almost done. I said what I wanted to say. I'm gonna get off here. You guys got an idea what's going on. Have a good one. Man, how am I gonna shut this phone? You know what? I'm gonna stay here till it just shuts off. I think 20 minutes is the max on the videos for YouTube. Well, of this sort. They may not even let this on there. This is gross. They may have community standards been violated. Golly, this is taking much longer than I wanted. I just want to get done. I got friends coming over to work out. That's what I want to do. I want to go in, kick it with the homies in the gym, and get my stretch on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm getting old. Getting too old to go too crazy on my workouts. I guess I still will sometimes, but generally, at this point, a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching. There we go. I've made this take entirely too long. There's probably people out there, well, what a yahoo this guy is. Well, honestly, I wasn't 100% focused on just doing this because it's making video, hollering at you guys. I guess it gets more clicks whenever you got something crazy going on. How many people are out there talking to folks about real life stuff while they're doing real life things like this? Probably not a whole lot of videos. Probably pretty general. It's one or the other, you know. Golly, I can't believe that I still don't have this bone split. It's like right there. I guess I just need to saw on it. Ugh, I thought I had it. This is frustrating. It's like right there. It should be done, but it's not. I just want to get this thing out of here. Oh, there. I think that sounded promising. That went good. Come on. Taking forever. Ugh. There it is. There it is. There it is. All the way through. And then you just take it, pick it up like this, let it all just drain out. And then obviously this isn't the final step, but bam, right there. That part's done, and then take it home and I'll wash it out real good with the hose and we'll be rocking and rolling. All right, thanks. Look, a lot of good the glove did. It kept my index finger good to turn.